Hello, everybody, and welcome to the XL Center. Welcome back to the Hartford Whalers expansion franchise here on NHL 24. We're set here to take on the defending Stanley Cup champion Edmonton Oilers, led by Connor McDavid there on the opening faceoff against Mark Scheifele. And McDavid will win that draw back to Darnell Nurse. Nurse goes over to Evan Bouchard. Kane there holding him against the boards. Tom Wilson fighting for it. Now Zach Hyman will take it in for the Oilers on their initial rush in this game. A quick shot and saved by Markstrom, corralled in his upper body. The Oilers, a tremendous postseason run last year. They went down 3-1 in the opening series against Minnesota. They then won 3 straight. Then in the second round, they beat Vegas 4-1 in that series. They swept Colorado in the Western Conference Finals. And then they defeated Boston 4-1 in the Stanley Cup. As they're going to go on a power play here. Logan Stanley with a slashing call. And Stanley playing on our top defensive pairing in this one with Dmitry Orlov out. And we certainly didn't want to give him a power play. Edmonton, one of the best power plays in the league, ranked second. And then they also ranked third in goals overall. So an early penalty kill here for the Whalers, as we'll have Scott Lawton on the draw. He wins it back to Sammy Maki. Maki's still looking for his first NHL goal. Walker wins it there. Gives up to Mangiapane, who gets the clear. The Oilers are without Stuart Skinner in this one. So Jack Campbell in net as Skinner is hurt. Hyman gives to Nugent Hopkins there. Quick shot, and he's going to score. A nice feed there from Hyman to Nugent Hopkins in the slot. And a quick wrister there gets past Jacob Markstrom. 9th goal already of the season for Nugent Hopkins, as this Oilers power play continues to be lethal. And there he goes, just beats Markstrom blocker side. Might even have gotten screened by his own man there, Sean Walker in front. And the Oilers are going to jump ahead quick, 1-0. Zach Hyman, his 20th assist among the league leaders, just one behind Connor McDavid. And this top line of Draisaitl, McDavid, and Hyman will stay out there. Undoubtedly the best line combination in the league right now. Hyman gives up to Draisaitl. Now McDavid a rip, save Jacob Markstrom. And they just get pressure at will here. And there you see 10-6-4 for Hartford. I believe we're 1 point off of a playoff spot in the Metro, although obviously still very early in the season, as we're about at the quarter-way point or so. Now Scheifele wins that back to Logan Stanley, gives up to Tyson Barrie, the former Oiler. Loose puck trickles into the corner, picked up by Barrie. Behind the net, in front, save! Nice shot there by Tom Wilson, but save Jack Campbell. Wilson still fighting for it. Hyman will give up to McDavid. McDavid retrieves it after it was intercepted. His shot saved Jacob Markstrom. So not even 4 minutes into this game, Markstrom already facing a lot of pressure. And this Oilers team pretty much identical to the one last year that they won a Stanley Cup with. As Nugent Hopkins win the draw. Broberg now to Yamamoto. Ties Ekholm. Broberg. A shot. Glove save. Markstrom through traffic. So as I was talking about their playoff run last year, they ended up winning 15 out of 17 as they clinched the Stanley Cup final. They went 15-2 in their last 17. Just an unreal run. As Connor McDavid collected his first Conn Smythe trophy. Now Cody Ceci with it, another former Oiler. Zadina, a nice feed up to Compher. Compher waits, goes behind the net now. A shot there from Sebastian Aho, trickles around the boards. Ceci back to Aho, now Leo Carlsson with it. He takes a shot, pad save, a rebound, Compher, and a save there by Campbell. Leo Carlsson back with it. And then Broberg will take it over for Edmonton. Ceci to Zadina now off the boards to Leo Carlsson. He's hit hard there by Broberg, who gives to Ekholm. Now Kyler Yamamoto with it in the neutral zone. Ekholm over to Broberg. He shakes a man off, enters the zone for Edmonton. Still with it now, Bustad. Picked up by Philip Zadina, having a tremendous season here for Hartford. That's going to go back to Compher in front for Leo Carlsson. His shot in the slot blocked. Compher. Foligno now in front. Loose puck, and that's going to go in, but I think they're going to say he kicked it in. I think that was cleanly off the skate there of Marcus Foligno. Oh, no, maybe not. Maybe they're calling goalie interference here? I'm not quite sure. It looked like Campbell just didn't... Yeah, I don't know how they call that one off. And they do. I'm not sure what... Was it because Foligno was in the crease? Well, nonetheless, a Marcus Foligno goal is going to be called off as Hartford with it. And they'll enter the zone. Marcus Foligno leading the charge. Over to Tyson Barrie. His shot, pad save Campbell. Holloway picks it up in the corner, takes it up for the Oilers. Now Warren Fogle with it enters the zone for Edmonton. Closed off there by Logan Stanley. Loose puck picked up by Jake Evans. Goes behind the net. Taking it up ice. Jake Evans over to Marcus Foligno. Foligno peels back. Enters for Hartford. Feeds up to Nolan Patrick. And a Nolan Patrick is shot through contact. And a good save there by Campbell. Patrick retrieves it in the neutral zone. He'll dump it in and give chase. Overall-wise, Patrick's actually been developing quite nicely. And I think now up to an 81 overall as he goes to the bench for a line change. Patrick Kane, an interception in front, and his shot goes wide. Very active play there from Kane off the bench. Bustad will now take it up for Edmonton. His pass goes astray. That's going to go for an icing. So Jack Campbell, after signing that nice contract, just did not really get it done for Edmonton. But he has some chance for redemption here off a Stuart Skinner injury. And Stuart Skinner went 13-4 during Edmonton's playoff run last season. Nice save there by Campbell. Now each fourth line out there as Nolan Patrick back out there for this shift. Actually, no, it's not. It says fourth line at the bottom right. But this is actually our second line. I'm not sure. I've never seen that glitch before. Darnell Nurse now takes it up for Edmonton. Nice hit there as he's closed off, but it will go for an offside. So this game features two of the best hitting forwards in our Scott Lawton and Edmonton Zach Hyman, who actually leads the league in hits, playing on that top line with Draisaitl and McDavid. Maki will give to Mangiapane, who enters for Hartford. Mangiapane peels back in front. Scott Lawton blocked in front, and Campbell refused that one. So good counterattack here by Hartford after Edmonds' initial surge to open this game. Lawton on the draw against Connor McDavid. Advantage McDavid back to Vedi Medi. Is it Vidi Medi? Mangiapane turned over in front. Save Jack Campbell. Good persistence there by the Hartford captain. We'll do it again now. Scott Lawton against Connor McDavid. And offensive zone face-off for the Whalers. Won by McDavid. Draisaitl with it in the neutral zone. Gives over to Zach Hyman, who enters. He's closed off there. Hard hit by Sami Maki. Very good defensive assertiveness by our number 1 overall pick. Now Mangiapane takes it up for Hartford. Nice skating there. Behind the net for Arvidsson. In front, Scott Lawton now. Back to Maki, a shot blocked there at the point by McDavid. Kept into the zone. And now it will trickle out. Picked up by Sean Walker. He'll feed it up the boards. Picked up by Kulak for the Oilers. Medi up to McDavid. McDavid enters. It creates some space. A quick shot. Pad save there by Markstrom. McDavid just worked his way in there with speed and power and got a nice shot off. Now an offensive zone face-off here for the Oilers, and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins as that second line is back out there with Evander Kane and Kyler Yamamoto. One back to Medi. His shot wide of the net. Around the boards there. Picked up. Now Yamamoto with it in the corner. He gets himself in front, shot wide. Yamamoto picks it up. Medi with it. Hit there by Foligno. Evander Kane with it. Blocked in traffic. Picked up by Sebastian Aho. Goes up to Foligno. And it'll be taken out of the zone. Some dangerous opportunities there for Edmonton as Foligno rips a shot just wide. He's trying to get back in the net after that one was called off. A nice hit there in the neutral zone. Foligno just like a human wrecking ball when he's out there. Jake Evans will take it up for Hartford. He dumps that one in, giving chase. Nice hit there on Kulak in the corner, but Nugent-Hopkins gives it Tolvanen. And he enters the zone for Edmonton. Loose puck. Tolvanen. Now Nugent-Hopkins. Loose puck picked up by Sebastian Aho. Then Nugent-Hopkins had a nice backhand chance in front, closed up by Markstrom. Now just 2:39 left in this first period. Hartford looking to get on the board as face-off won there by Edmonton. Nurse a chance in front blocked. It goes back to Derek Ryan there. Fight up against the boards by Tom Wilson. Scheifele picks it up. He's going up ice. And he gets to Patrick Kane. Patrick Kane on a breakaway. And Patrick Kane denied by Jack Campbell. Another chance for Patrick Kane maybe in front. Now he's taken away by Tolvanen. And Campbell's been very good on some good chances here for Hartford as Markstrom's going to freeze this one. Now another defensive zone face-off here for Hartford. Leo Carlson and this third line out there for the Whalers. Carlson wins the draw back to Barry. Now Carlson gives to Philip Zadina. Loose puck picked up by Tolvanen. He goes up the boards with it. Enters the zone. Pass in front for McLeod. And Tyson Barrie, a nice interception there. Just 20 seconds now in this first period. McLeod with it. Enters for the Oilers. Time for another shot. Taken over by Tyson Barrie. Gets it to Zadina. 2 seconds, and then we're not going to get a shot off here. So after Edmonton started the game with tremendous pressure, a lot of chances led by McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, Markstrom does give up one, but Hartford counters with a bunch of good chances of their own. And we just needed one to fall here. Now we're set here to get this second period underway. Scheifele bodies McDavid off that draw, picked up by Tom Wilson now. That's going to trickle back behind the net, picked up by Evan Bouchard in front for Zach Hyman. Hyman takes it the other way. He'll dump it in. It's going to be picked up there by Tyson Barrie. Barrie in front for Patrick Kane. Now Logan Stanley. Stanley working his way into space. Kane, nice feed up to Mark Scheifele on a breakaway. And Mark Scheifele, a glove save there, robbed by Jack Campbell. Hartford getting tremendous chances here, and Campbell just stopping all of them. Now Scott Laughton on the draw for Hartford. He wins it back to Logan Stanley. Mangiapane, loose puck now, picked up by Draisaitl. He spins back with some space. Darnell Nurse gives up to Evan Bouchard. Bouchard gets to McDavid. Closed out there by Stanley. Recovers a shot. Blocked McDavid. Loose puck. And Mangiapane will pick it up and just give to Markstrom there on the side of the net. And he's going to freeze that one. Now defensive zone draw here for Leo Carlson. He wins that one against Nugent Hopkins. And Carlson's been very good on the draws so far in this one. Helllooo gives up to JT Compher. Compher closed off and overtaken by Ekholm. And Nugent Hopkins gives to Yamamoto. Back to Evander Kane. Kane to Broberg, to Nugent Hopkins, taking it in for Edmonton. In front, past Broberg. His shot blocked in traffic by Aho. Aho will recover. Now Cody Ceci picks up a loose puck. Ceci up to Zadina. Loose puck now. Ekholm up the boards. And they were going to call it icing off. Nugent Hopkins is there to retrieve it in front. Evander Kane closed off, taken by Cody Ceci. Ceci will give to Zadina working his way in, but he's closed off there. Good defense by Yamamoto. Now Broberg with it for Edmonton. Good hit there off the bench by Marcus Foligno. JT Compher will take it in for the Whalers. He'll dump it in along the boards. Broberg picks it up for Edmonton. Ekholm now to Yamamoto. Yamamoto enters for Edmonton. Sami Maki there on defense, number 48. Forces a loose puck picked up by Jake Evans. Now Sami Maki has it, gives to Sean Walker. Loose puck picked up by Compher. His pass blocked there by Kulak. Still fighting for it, Compher. Now against the boards. And Compher will win that one eventually. Now Jake Evans a chance in front. Jake Evans a nice deke there. He's closed off by Campbell. Evans back to Foligno, blocked shot. And Jack Campbell just on top of his game here in this one against the Whalers. Sean Walker will pick this one up along the boards. His pass picked off by Nick Bukestad. He has a chance now in front. Bukestad shot saved Jacob Markstrom. And you look at that. Jack Campbell 5-1 with some good numbers here to start this season now. A defensive zone draw for Scott Laughton. McDavid wins it back. Bouchard with it. McDavid a shot. Gloved there by Jacob Markstrom. And we'll have another defensive zone draw here. Laughton out there against Connor McDavid. And Laughton's going to body him off the draw there. Picked up by Victor Arvidsson. His pass chipped away. And then Mangiapane is going to go to the box for a tripping penalty. Not what we need. We don't need to be on the penalty kill here against arguably the top power play in the league. So we'll see if we can kill this one off. We were unable to kill off our first of the game. And just a blatant trip there by Mangiapane. And Leon Draisaitl back at the point as the quarterback of this power play. McDavid on the draw. And Scott Laughton will win that one back to Logan Stanley up against the boards. They can't clear the zone. Bouchard now in front for McDavid. Nugent Hopkins a chance in front. And a nice save by Jacob Markstrom. So we'll do it again here in Hartford's defensive zone. Laughton wins that one again back to Stanley. He goes behind the net, tries to clear it out, and he does to Foligno at center ice. Foligno will take it in for Hartford. Still on his stick. His shot pad saved Campbell on a shorthanded attempt there from Marcus Foligno. Zach Hyman now with it for the Oilers. Loose puck picked up by Scott Laughton. Tries to clear the zone, and it does not get out. McDavid picks it up. Now Zach Hyman with it. McDavid in front. Poked away by Markstrom. Loose puck, Stanley to Scott Laughton, and they'll get it out of the zone for now. Laughton takes it the other way. Still with it. His shot blocked. Zach Hyman now in the corner. Being fought there by Foligno. Draisaitl now to Bouchard. Taking it up. And it looks like we're going to get another delayed penalty here. Brutal. Saved there by Markstrom. A second effort from McDavid. And Markstrom closes the door on that one as well. And Marcus Foligno is going to join Mangiapane in the box. And we love Foligno as a penalty killer, but still, when he's out there, he's always liable to pick up a penalty. And I don't even know what that penalty was. Soft, nonetheless. See Zach Hyman there, 55 hits. And 5-on-3 here for Edmonton for 25 seconds as Hartford wins a much-needed draw there and Tyson Barrie gets a clear. And that'll all about bring out Mangiapane. Just 8 seconds now. Holloway with it for the Oilers. A nice defensive play there by Sebastian Aho, who gives to Jake Evans. Evans feeds Mangiapane. Mangiapane with some space out of the box, but he can't get a shot off. It's going to be played there by Campbell to Tolvanen. Ekholm back to Tolvanen. Now Evander Kane with it, poked away by Cody Ceci, picked up by Mangiapane, who clears it out of the zone. And now just a minute here on this Edmonton power play. Ekholm feeds up to Holloway, closes off by Mangiapane. Now Kane with it, he has some space going the other way. Kane in front, blocked away by the pad of Markstrom. He keeps it in front and is able to freeze it. Now it's 7:51 here in the second period. Comfort now on the draw for Hartford, looking to kill this penalty. McDavid wins it to Draisaitl, blocked in front. Draisaitl, another chance, shot wide. Tyson Barrie will pick it up, clears it along the boards. Now Hyman with it in the neutral zone. Enters for Edmonton. Patient, back to Draisaitl. Now Bouchard with it. He's closed off. McDavid retrieves it in the corner. Back to Draisaitl. His shot blocked in traffic. Kane another chance. And a save Markstrom as Hartford does kill off the penalty. Now Mark Scheifele back out there with Patrick Kane and Tom Wilson. Scheifele wins the draw back to Logan Stanley. He'll take it up for Hartford. Gives to Tyson Barrie. Barrie enters the zone. In front for Scheifele, a pad save into the corner. Hyman picks it up, and Jack Campbell, another good save there. And this top line for Hartford creating chances. Tom Wilson being persistent. Bouchard gives it to Draisaitl, now over to Nurse. And a nice feed there for Connor McDavid on a break. McDavid back to Hyman. And I don't know if that was blocked or a save. Hyman in front for Tolvanen now, and he's going to score. Brutal after a nice play there by Markstrom, I guess, on that initial save against McDavid. And then Tolvanen off the bench gets a nice feed, and he risks that one by Markstrom. And there you see probably the lone Edmonton fan in attendance. And Tolvanen getting a little bit of extra love after that one. Nice feed there, and just in a prime spot there in the slot. And he's able to win short side there against Markstrom. Now Edmonton doubles their lead. They lead 2-0 with just over 5 minutes left to play in this second period. Broberg off the draw. He gives to McLeod. McLeod wins some space. Intercepted there by Patrick Kane. He'll give over to Mark Scheifele. Now Tyson Barrie with it. Still with it. Gives to Tom Wilson entering the zone for Hartford. He's poked away. Picked up by McLeod. Now Matthias Ekholm with it. Broberg. Poked away there. Picked up by Scheifele in the neutral zone. Scheifele fighting for it. Can't win. Now McLeod, a nice feed for Derek Ryan. But good recovery there by Sebastian Aho. Although Tolvanen ends up with it. Now gives to Ekholm in the high slot. Shot blockered away. Ceci will feed up to Zadina. Zadina takes it into the zone. Gets some space in front. Zadina blocker saved Jack Campbell right in front of the net. Now Tolvanen back with it for Edmonton. Now Nick Bustad will take it up for the Oilers. Nice play there by Philip Zadina. He's able to get it away to JT Compher. Compher overtaken there in the neutral zone by Kulak, who gives to Medi. Holloway with it for the Oilers. Works his way in front of the net. Backhand shot. Save Markstrom. That's going to bring up an offensive zone faceoff here for the Oilers. 1:22 left in the second period, and Hartford still without a goal. Lawton wins that draw back to Cody Ceci. Lawton over to Mangiapane. Nice feed there to Arvidsson. And it looks like Hartford's going to get their first power play of the game. That's what I like to see. Warren Fogle, what they call roughing or charging. That's going to be 2 minutes on Fogle for charging. I mean, it looks like a clean hit to me, but we will certainly take that one. Now, not much time left to play in the second period. We'll have 57 seconds of the man advantage here. Scheifele wins the draw. Carlson gives to Zadina. Now Scheifele with it. Back to Barry. Zadina in front for Kane. He can't get the shot off. Intercepted by Darnell Nurse, who clears it out of the zone. Tyson Barry giving chase. He picks it up, peels back, gives to Zadina. Philip Zadina working it in. He's knocked down there. But Barry with the shot, pad save Campbell. Nice feed there from Patrick Kane. But Tyson Barry couldn't get that good of a shot off. Easy handle there from Jack Campbell. Now, so Baker's dozen seconds left in this one. Let's see if Scheifele can get this offensive zone draw, and he does not. Back to Kulak now. Medi with it. Gets to McDavid. McDavid will clear it out, and that will probably just all about do it here in this second period. Zadina, Carlson, Scheifele, and Barry. And that is going to do it here. So Edmonton does add another one here in the second period, and they lead 2-0. So to start this third period, Hartford will be on the man advantage for just over a minute, as we have Zadina, Scheifele, Kane out there with Tyson Barry and Leo Carlson. Edmonton wins a draw. Nurse will give up to Nugent Hopkins. And a nice feed there in front, and it looks like we're going to have a penalty as Patrick Kane will go to the box for obstruction hooking. Our fourth committed penalty of the game. And that will cut our power play short, as we will now have some time of 4-on-4 hockey. So now defensive zone draw here for Hartford. Scheifele out there with Tom Wilson, Cody Ceci, and Sammy Maki. Nurse with it in front for Draisaitl. Glove save Markstrom. He'll freeze that one. So we'll do this again. See if Scheifele can win this one. As he does. Picked up by Ceci. He'll feed it up the boards to Mark Scheifele. Scheifele enters. Good defense there by Nurse. McDavid with it, battling against Scheifele. And now Edmonton with the man advantage. Picked off there by Tom Wilson. And a big hit there by Connor McDavid. But that's going to be a tripping penalty. McDavid just laid out. Looked like trying to block that Tom Wilson shot. But he ends up just taking down Tom Wilson. So a few penalties out of the gate here to start this third period. I'll take another look at this one. Just dove right into Tom Wilson. Looked like a kamikaze attack there. Giving up the body. Now Mark Scheifele back out there on this draw. Minute 4 of 4-on-4. Back to Ekholm now. Broberg will give up to Zach Hyman. Big hit there by Sammy Maki, but Edmonton retains possession. McLeod now. Loose puck picked up by Maki. He'll give up to Mark Scheifele. Now Tom Wilson, a nice feed there. Now back to Scheifele. Now Tom Wilson in front for Ceci. He spins around, and it's easy save there by Jack Campbell. Now 17:42 left in the game, or in regulation, as Hartford has the man advantage. .54 seconds left on the power play for Hartford. Loose puck off the draw, picked up by Derek Ryan. And he gets it out of the zone. Loose puck still along the boards. Still battling for it, picked up by Derek Ryan, and he clears it even further. As it's picked up by Leo Carlson. Now Scheifele feeds over to Patrick Kane. Kane patient in the neutral zone. Enters for Hartford. And he's overtaken there by Matthias Ekholm. Bouchard now up. Loose puck. Picked up by Leo Carlson. As that's going to bring the power play to an end. Mark Scheifele working it into Zadina. Loose puck picked up by Zadina. In front, Leo Carlsson, his pass wide. Picked up by Patrick Kane. Kane along the board, still with it in front for Scheifele. Scheifele is shot poked away. Now Barry from the slot. And that's going to be picked up by Evan Bouchard through traffic. Matthias Ekholm gives over to Kyler Yamamoto. Tries to dance his way in, closed off there by Leo Carlsson, who still has the puck. Carlsson feeds over to Tyson Barrie. Barrie skating it up. Now Patrick Kane with it. Barrie to Zadina. Zadina a chance in front. He scores! Philip Zadina gets on the board with his 5th of the season. And Hartford finally gets on the board here in this one. Good puck movement there. Patrick Kane to Barrie. Then Zadina keeps it, takes it in front of the net. And finally we get a finish on Jack Campbell. And Zadina has been very productive here so far, primarily working on the third line. As there you see, 16 points. And he's second on the team. Scott Laughton back out there against Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Assists there to Tyson Barrie and Patrick Kane on Philip Zadina's 5th goal of the season. Yamamoto in front for Evander Kane, and they answer right back. Brutal. You thought Hartford might have a chance to even this one up, but Edmonton didn't even give Hartford any time to celebrate that one as Evander Kane went down and scored off a nice Kyler Yamamoto feed. And Logan Stanley, poor positioning there. You see Kane gets right by him. And he beats the glove there of Jacob Markstrom, giving Edmonton now a 3-1 lead. And we'll do this one again with Laughton and Nugent-Hopkins back out there. Each second line out there for each team. Mangiapane will take it in. In front for Scott Laughton. Patient doesn't really get a shot off Mangiapane's second effort. And it's blocked in traffic. Evander Kane taking it the other way. Kane works to the left, some space. In front for Ekholm, saved Markstrom. McDavid now with it back. Blocked. Ekholm fighting there with Tyson Barrie. Loose puck into the corner. Logan Stanley now with it for Hartford. He gives up to Victor Arvidsson. Nice passer to Mangiapane. Mangiapane has some space. Pad save there by Campbell. And he'll freeze it for a face-off. So an offensive zone draw here for Scott Laughton. And he does win it back there. Tyson Barrie's shot blocked in traffic off the face-off. Draisaitl takes it the other way. Draisaitl enters the zone for Edmonton. His shot blocked. Retrieved there by Tyson Barrie off a deflection. Nice hit there along the boards. McDavid for Hyman front blockers or pad save. And Mangiapane will get it out of harm's way, taking it into the zone for Hartford. Mangiapane tries to get a centering pass. Closes off there by Campbell. Arvidsson retrieves behind the net. Loose puck goes across the crease. And now Zach Hyman ends up with it. Now gets to Draisaitl. Loose puck closed off there by Logan Stanley. CC will give up the boards to Jake Evans. Now Nolan Patrick with it. Works his way in. Patrick generates a chance. Blocked in front. A lot of blocked shots here by this Edmonton team. Derek Ryan now with it. Centering pass there for Draisaitl. Still loose puck now. Sebastian Aho fighting for it. McLeod ends up with it for Edmonton. Poked away by Markstrom on a centering attempt. Jake Evans will give to Foligno, working his way in. Marcus Foligno with it for Hartford. His shot. Pad save by Campbell. Down the corner. Foligno still with it. He gets in front. He scores. Tremendous persistence by Marcus Foligno. Nets him his 4th goal of the season. And he had that one called back earlier, but he makes up for it here. Still the puck. Gets right in front and finishes. And Hartford now back within 1 goal. And that was against Darnell Nurse, one of the better defenders in the Western Conference. Now a 3-2 game with 8:23 left here. And Leo Carlsson out there with Zadina and Comfer. He wins back to Cody Ceci, who gives over to Sebastian Aho. Now Carlsson, he tries to get a feed back to Zadina, but it's overtaken by Edmonton. Now taken in by the Oilers. Stolen by Zadina. Nice play there. Carlsson will give to Aho. Aho takes it in for Hartford. Behind the net for JT Comfer. His pass in front of Zadina. Pad save. Now Evan Bouchard gives to Derek Ryan. 7 minutes now left in regulation. Ryan hit there by Carlsson. Back to the point for Nurse. Nurse gives to Ryan a slap shot there of a one-timer for Evan Bouchard. Blocked away by Markstrom as Sebastian Aho takes it. Gives to Cody Ceci. Ceci closed off there. Nice hit by Darnell Nurse. Now Bouchard with it for the Oilers. Gives to Warren Foegele. He enters for Oilers. Now Nurse's shot blocked. Overtaken there by Scheifele. Although the Oilers end up back with it. Bouchard over to Foegele here. Enters the zone for Edmonton. Loose puck picked up by Scheifele. He's going to be tripped. And Hartford will go on a timely power play here, as Nick Bustad will go to the box for tripping. So this is certainly what you wanted if you're Hartford. A power play late, down 1. As Nugent Hopkins wins that draw for Edmonton, and they'll clear it out of the zone. Nugent Hopkins picks it up, clears it even deeper. Retrieved there by Victor Arvidsson. Passes across for Scott Lawton. Lawton out to Arvidsson. Sebastian Aho, as Lawton will give to Tom Wilson, leading the charge. Now, just so much back and forth. Now, Wilson gets a shot in front. And how did that not go in? A loose puck. Looked like it went right off the post. Aho with it now. Mangiapane, his shot. Poor shot attempt blocked there as Arvidsson picks it up. Skates it all the way back into the zone. Now, Aho to Lawton. We have one of the worst power plays in the league, and now I see why. We just spend most of the time in our defensive zone passing it. And now it's going to exit the offensive zone again. Arvidsson peels back the neutral zone. Now goes to Scott Lawton. Lawton overtaken there. Loose puck. Now Sebastian Aho, quick rip. Gloved in by Jack Campbell. So most of the power play was just giving it back to each other in our own zone nonetheless. So it seems like a wasted opportunity for the most part, although we still do have 16 seconds left to work with. And that'll be won by Derek Ryan back to Medi. Up against the boards with Zadina. Loose puck picked up by Carlson. Now Kane. Medi gives to Holloway as that power play will come to an end for Hartford. Bustad gets it out of the box. Now Derek Ryan closed off by Leo Carlson. Scheifele gives to Tyson Barrie. Barrie enters for Hartford. Back to Scheifele. Loose puck. He gives chase against Medi, who wins. Peels up ice. Now Nick Bustad with it. He enters his zone for the Oilers. Still with room as he skates it deep. Nugent Hopkins a shot. Save Markstrom. That'll be froze. Now only 1:35 left in this one. A defensive zone draw here for Hartford's top line. They win it back to Barrie, and you think they're going to probably pull Markstrom here on this rush. Patrick Kane taking it in for the Whalers. Scheifele can't handle that one. And they didn't elect to pull the goalie, surprisingly, as Medi will take it the other way. No one even home, just letting him skate up ice in front for Kane. And he can't really get a clean shot off there. Closed by Markstrom. Tom Wilson fighting for it. There's 25 seconds left. Logan Stanley can't get it. Evander Kane still with it, a shot. Save Jacob Markstrom. Now only 20 seconds left for Hartford. So you got to win this draw if you're Scott Lawton. And he does not. Although Mangiapane ends up with it going the other way. He gives to Arvidsson as Hartford pulls the goalie. Arvidsson a shot blocked in front by Nurse. Loose puck in front. Bouchard gives up to Draisaitl. Cody Ceci wins it there. Patrick Kane. Neutral zone to Mangiapane. Just 3 seconds left. Loose puck. Mangiapane got to shoot, and that's blockered away there by Jack Campbell. And Edmonton is going to take this one 3-2 on the road against Hartford. Tough loss for the Whalers, but I mean, you're going up against the defending Stanley Cup champions. And it's certainly not a tough, easy task of containing the likes of Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. Zadina got on the board. Foligno got on the board. Markstrom made a few nice saves, but otherwise Jack Campbell was much better in this one, I'd say. As Hartford Whalers fall on home ice here 3-2. Now to close this episode following that loss against Edmonton, we'll just sim these last 2 games in November and close out the month, and the next episode will kick off December. So we're just going to throw Scott Wedgwood in for this Vancouver game, which we already did. And we'll go ahead and sim this one. We go up 3-1 after the first period. Arvidsson gets one. Marcus Foligno scores in his second straight game. And Cody Ceci gets one as well. Lafferty got one in the first. And now Niels Höglander gets one in the second for Vancouver. We'll sim this third period. And we'll get 2 more there as Patrick King gets a late one. And Mark Scheifele at nets an empty netter as Hartford rebounds here with a 5-2 victory against the Canucks. And now we're going to throw Markstrom back in this one for the Avalanche game. As I believe Dmitry Orlov is probably set to enter the lineup as well. And here we get a waiver claim. We haven't gotten many of these. I think we only got 1 waiver claim last year. And this is Garnet Hathaway, right-handed grinder, I believe. A right-handed grinder, 33 years old. Played in 19 games for Chicago. Oh, I'm sorry, for AHL. I was going to say he had 18 points in 19 games. Played one game there for Carolina this year. Got a -2, and yeah, we don't need him. I love what he's doing in present day though with the Flyers. He is playing tremendous hockey there in Philly. I just want to make sure we throw Markstrom back out there for this one. Now let's see if Orlov is fully healthy. Orlov is not at full strength, so we'll just keep him out and send this last game to close this episode. Colorado 10-11-1, not a good season after reaching the Western Conference Finals last year. They will go up 2-0 though. Power play goal from McKinnon, and Manson gets one as well. We do tie it up there in the second. Lawton gets one, and Scheifele a late goal there on Martin Jones. So we'll just let this third period play out as Patrick Kane gets one 30 seconds in to give Hartford the lead. And then Mikko Rantanen nets one about 2.5 minutes later on the power play. So 2 power play goals in this one for Colorado. As Sammy Maki, he gets his first career goal to put Hartford up 4-3. What a great moment there for Sammy Maki. Took about 23 games, but I mean, he's a defensive defenseman. So what do you expect? And Evans there nets an empty netter as Colorado will fall here to our Hartford Whalers 5-3. And that's nice back-to-back wins to close this episode following a couple losses there. And of course the one Edmonton loss. So after 23 games, Hartford sits at 12-7-4. Of course, those overtime losses kind of hurt, but if the season ended today, we would actually be a playoff team. So we're definitely improving here in year 2 so far. Next episode, I'm not sure what exactly we're going to do. I think we'll open with a couple sim games, as we're going to host the St. Louis, then take on Philly, take on Boston road games, then play Vegas. So I'm not sure what. We might watch this Washington game. I think we'll sim the first. I don't know. I'm going to keep it open. I'm not sure. I think here in year 2, we'll kind of try and go on a more of a faster pace. So we might just do another sim episode next episode and kind of jump into a few games and just kind of work our way through December. So I'm still not quite sure, but let me know in the comments. Let me know like what you enjoy more. Do you enjoy the sim episodes where we kind of just take a couple live look-ins in a couple different games? Or do you enjoy these type of episodes where we, focus in on a full game and then just kind of sim a few more? So definitely give me your feedback there in the comments. I would really like to see what kind of format you prefer. Although I'll certainly just try and mix in both here as we go along. But this is where I'm going to leave you, folks. I'll just kind of scroll down some of these stats. I really appreciate you hanging around with this Hartford Whalers expansion franchise as we're working our way here through year 2. So, as always, everybody, it's been real and be well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.